What's up, KGS Head Master here, and welcome back to another Friday Assembly. This week's theme has been the environment, more of that later, and also more of, well, you can see I'm at school, so there's a certain message in there for you, more of that later too. Let's kick off with some birthday shout outs this Friday. So the birthdays we've had this week, either they were on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or today, Friday. We've got Nick in the lower sixth, got Elsie in the 5th year, we've got James in the 5th year, we've got Tim in the 4th year, we've got Lucas in the 4th year, we've got Aria in the 4th year. Lots of 4th years having birthdays, man. Happy returns to you all. Shalini in the 3rd year, we've got Laura in the lower 6th, we've got Henry in the 2nd year, Charlotte in the 4th year, Sophia in the 2nd year, got Joni in the 1st year, Hannah hitting the big 1-8 in the upper 6. We've got Freddie in the lower 6, got the Sophie in the lower 6, we've got Sophie, vice captain of school, also in the big 1-8. Many happy returns to you too. We've got Pragna in the 5th year, and we've got Freddie in the 4th year. So whether it was your birthday this week or is your birthday today, many happy returns to you all. Hope you had a wonderful day, have a wonderful day with your family, that you got to touch base with friends. And most importantly, it's your birthday. Hope it brought you everything your heart's desire. Have a great day, guys, or hope you had a great day in the week past. We've also got some shout outs for some great awards. I'm just trying to expand on my screen here to make sure I read them properly. We've got our second only first year this year achieving their Platinum Award, so many congratulations to Kitty. We've also got some Gold Commendation Awards, and we've got Will, who I should have read out in the week before the half term. So Will, many congratulations to you belatedly, double congratulations from me. We've also in the first year got Lizzie, Sophia, we've got Shoni, we've got Eden, we've got Julia, we've got Ewan. In the second year, we've got Isaac, we've got James, we've got Ty, and Josie. And in the 4th year, we've got Hannah. So there's loads of silvers and bronze as well, but the lists are getting longer and longer as more and more of you are earning all those commendations and awards. So many congratulations. Now back to the environment. So this week you guys have been doing challenges for the team. You've been either doing kind of a leaves and litter pick around your local area, maybe around your garden, around the local streets. Obviously all safely, all masked up, I hope, and all equipment, all PPE, etc. You've been maybe making a poster, writing a poem, creating a film or a presentation around the environment. So you've either been looking after the environment, or you've been talking and thinking about the environment. You might be doing both. Or one of the most interesting projects that some of the people have done is creating a sculpture around the environment using recycled materials. So maybe you've done all three. Maybe you created the poem, picked up some litter, and then used that litter to bring the poem to life. Maybe, who knows? But many congratulations so far, because there's loads of projects ongoing. Who have we got so far has done brilliant work. Alexandria and her poem, that's going to pop up for you. So great work there, really love that. Alice also in the 1st year with her poster. We've got Izzy in the 2nd year with her poster, great work. Sophia in the 1st year, she's done a PowerPoint presentation, so that might not come up. I'm not going to put the whole PowerPoint up, but it's brilliant. I absolutely loved it. We've got Sophie with her posters, got Daniela doing a fantastic litter pick in her local area, collecting bags and bags of rubbish and disposing of it appropriately, so well done. Who else have we got? We've got Judah doing some vegetarian cooking. Due to the high meat diets they can do to the environment. So we all know we have to kind of get off the meat, get off particularly the red meat if we can, or reduce it so we can be more vegetarian, more sustainable food sources. So Judah, that's a great way to look at this. We've got Kitty's poster and a sculpture made from old newspapers. We've got Mika's poster, and we've got Vasco's sculpture, which he tells us could be seen as a bird, but if you wanted to, you could look at it as a spaceship. Either way, it flies. They're magnificent. And they're just a few of the ones that have come in so far, a few of the images you'll be able to see popping up on the screen. And we're going to be deciding after the weekend, after everyone's been submitted, who gets the commendations, who gets the headmaster's commendations, and who wins those Amazon vouchers. Now, every week I've been giving out 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 £25 Amazon vouchers to the people that have really earned them and deserve them the most for the work they've done on the project set around the theme that we're thinking of. So, got a couple of chances left to do that, but I'm really grateful for all the efforts people have made. Now, before I move on to what I want to say about the environment, let me just touch on the return to school, because that's the exciting news. 8th of March, you'll be getting a letter later today. Your parents will be getting a letter too, around about returning on the 8th. There's going to be, a few rules and regs we have to follow. We're going to be mask wearing, hand sanitizing, hand washing. You can tell them at school, flashing lights went past. There's going to be kind of all the usual things we need to do to look after ourselves. So socially distancing wearing PPE, being sensible in transport, travel and around school. We've got to do all those things to make sure we stay safe. And hopefully we don't contract COVID, or we don't go and spread COVID, because if we do, we've got to go back into isolation as individuals or collectively. But with all those being said, we're going to be back in the classroom, in and around school. We're going to be doing regular testing. We've got to do that as well. So you're going to be tested 2 or 3 times. We're going to be back in school with your friends, with your teachers. We are so excited to see you all. I know you're going to be so excited to see each other. We're going to be doing sport and activity and clubs. And we're going to gear back up, try and get everything as close to being back to normal as possible while staying safe and secure. So we are very, very excited about that indeed, and can't wait to see you. So March the 8th, can't come soon enough, but when it does, we're going to be super excited, but we're also going to be super careful. That's my kind of message to you today. But here I am at school, getting ready, gearing up for that date, as are loads of the staff. So what about the environment? It's been an incredibly important issue for a number of years, particularly the issue around climate change. We've had marches, demonstrations, speeches, campaigns, petitions. Governments, world leaders have been challenged. People have set targets and then deflect from those targets. People have been concerned about during COVID, during lockdown, about the increased use of plastics and harmful substances, cleaning, disposable wipes and sprays. It's a really tricky situation to be in. And we've got 2 people who I would call kind of heroes of the environmental campaign. And we've got Sir David Attenborough, who has been a naturalist involved in and dedicated to the natural world all his life. And people see him as an environmental campaigner. I think when he started out in his campaign, what he would tell you himself in his own writings and interviews, he didn't start out as somebody who was campaigning about the environment. He's just somebody that wanted the world to be bigger and more unexplored so that he could discover more. But he was very careful not to leave his footprint on the world he found. And we talk a lot these days about carbon footprint and about how we can offset that. He was a man who was traveling the world in the best way possible, in the ways that were accessible to him. But he wanted to make sure that he observed and that he shared and that he educated, that he didn't disturb, that he didn't actually demonstrate any negligence in the way he treated the natural world. And that led to him becoming a campaigner for the natural world, for the environment, for the climate, because he could see it visibly as he was making TV shows, traveling as an individual, sharing, educating. He could see it gradually being eroded in all kinds of ways, whether that was the melting of the ice caps or deforestation, whatever it happened to be, he could see that happening. And then at the other end of the spectrum, you've got the wonderful Greta Thunberg, who could see this happening as a young person. I say, well, now, would we all want to go out and do that as teenagers? Would you all want to go out and maybe neglect your education? Not that she does at all, but could you? No, we couldn't all do that. I don't think any of us would see what she sees or could be as passionate as she is. But we can certainly hear what she says, and we can learn from what she says. And actually, I think, take great encouragement from how courageous she is in how she says it and who she says it to. And I saw a wonderful interview not long ago with Greta and Sir David, and they were talking about the environment and talking about the climate change and talking about issues and how they needed to be addressed. And of course, to a certain extent, they're in that echo chamber of agreement. But with the rest of the world listening in, with these 2 great characters, it had an enormous impact. I did Sir David Attenborough's speech recently to the UN, which was incredibly important, when he told us, actually, you're not going to be able to turn back the clock on this. What you can do is stabilise things and improve things, but in some respects, climate change has already gone too far. So what do we do? Can we be Sir David Attenborough? Should we be Greta Thunberg? Well, for a lot of us, we're not naturalists, we're not campaigners. We might go on a march, we might sign a petition. But there are lots of things we can do on a day-to-day basis that get behind protecting our environment. Now, even as a school, when we've started campaigns or we've had groups of students come to us who want to be more ecologically sound, who want to change things within school, and we've given them time, we've given them budgets, we've given them ideas, you find a very small group of dedicated students who are willing to do that, but they can't drag the other 850 students with them. The staff are behind them and they are keen. So what can we do as a school? We can really together, as a collective, get behind our campaign to make our school more ecologically sound, more environmentally friendly, more carbon neutral. We can look at what we do rather than leaving our plastic water bottles lying around. Think about, are we reusing a bottle? Why do we keep buying plastic bottles? Why don't we put them in the recycling bins? Do we have enough recycling bins around school? Do we have enough plants around school? Do we do enough in terms of deforestation with our use of paper if we move towards more IT? Now here's a really crucial one I think we need to think about. And I'm not saying these are the things we should absolutely just do. They're not easy. It's not easy for us to move to electric vehicles or anything like that, but it's things we should think about and we should campaign about. Here's a difficult one. If we want to reduce our carbon footprint as a school, then we need to stop flying so much in terms of some of our foreign trips and visits. Now, that's not easy because you guys want to do trips and visits. We want to do trips and visits. We can't get some of the places we want to go to without flying there. What can we do to offset that? Or do we need to go to that place, or is there somewhere else we could go? These are really important questions we need to address as a school. So when we come out of COVID, when we return, and when we get back into some form of normality, and we're back into playing our sport and doing all our recreation activities and doing all our learning and getting ready for our GCSEs and A-levels, when we next hear that call to arms, where the school says, let's look at environmental issues, and somebody gives an assembly or a talk or a presentation, or when there's a shout out from the school to say, we're starting up a group, let's get behind it. Let's all do it. Let's all get behind it. And whatever we decide to do, let's do it as one. And we do it at home, and we do it at school, and we do it together. Because whilst, as David said, we can't reverse things, we can stabilize things. Because this is the world we live in, and it is the world that you will inherit, which is why it's such an incredibly important topic today. And I'm going to finish on, I like to finish on a quote. I'm going to finish on my quote from Sir David Attenborough, who very simply tells us this. Cherish the natural world because you are a part of it and you depend on it. I don't think anyone could put it better. Until I see you all soon, take care of yourselves, take care of your family, be good to yourselves, be kind to everyone around you. Have a wonderful weekend. Look forward to seeing you virtually next week and then live in the flesh the week after. Until then, Headmaster out.